Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe this, y'all, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, I promise you, man. I'm Predator radar detector with bananas, man. That don't say, maybe this past, maybe this future, maybe this past, maybe this future. I was like, he was walking up, he was getting close, and that joint was just hitting him. I was like, yeah. He was walking, that joint was like, maybe this past, maybe this future. He was like, there was like a slow motion joint. I was like, the closer he got, the further I got back, because I was still scared. I was like, that joint was hitting him. He came to the fence, he was like, KJ was like, yeah, hey, look. He was like, oh, Weezy, what that? He was like, hey, Weezy. I was kind of like right there. I was kind of like where the dirt was at, where dudes be walking laps. I ain't on the fence. He was like, Weezy, man, come here, man. I was like, got my composure back. I walked over there. I was like, what's up, man? That jump was going off like crazy. That's word in my mind. That jump was going like this. That jump was going crazy. I was like, what's up? He was like, what's up, young blood, Malik? I was like, what's up, man? How you doing, man? He was like, he hit me with a fist through the fence. I was like, yeah, it was good. He was like, yeah, look. But yeah, furthermore, though, look. Yeah, look, you got it, right? He was talking to me. He was looking at me. And I'm just like, why he looking at me? Because, like, the whole time he looking at me, that joint is going off, and he's sideways on the fence. He like, yeah, he played it off cool. He was like, yeah, look, right? Because you know what I mean? And I just see him going through the gate like this. He like, yeah, Cause look, they were out on me. I had to leave a little earlier and stuff. So, you know, I had to make sure y'all get it. And I'm just like, man, I was trying to tell my brother. And I'm just looking like, man, this joint crazy. I got to deal with a dude that my Predator radar detector gonna be going off every time I see this guy. I'm like, this is crazy. But he hitting bro off with the package. So bro get it. Bro put in his coat. Bro was like, bro took it in his coat. He was like, yeah, look, man. So look, bro, I'm gonna catch you when I come to work tomorrow, man. He was like, I'm gonna put something together for you, though. He was like, look, this my man right here. He was like, this Weezy, this is exactly who, you know, this is stuff. Like, this is what I got through. This is what I went through. So, like, this is what it is, though. So, like, you know, I told him that you was going to be the one kind of, like, making sure that the thing going to be touched down every time. He was like, yeah, true indeed. He backed up like a true old head. He was like, yeah, true indeed, right? Yeah, cause see, that's what, look. Everybody got to have somebody that's honorable on their squad. I'm going to make sure everything's straight. Y'all just take care of me, right? Yeah. So I'm like, man, this is like an old dude. That jump, like, I was like, man, forget it. One more time. He's chilling now. I was like, what the heck, man? My joint was going bananas, man. So I had to keep my composure through this whole joint. I had to stand there and just let my joint just go crazy, man. But bro got to work, man. Calm down, Weezy, man. That's what I had to tell myself. So he was like, well, let me dip, man. They was like, come on, clear the boulevard. He was like, all right, well, let me dip, man. Y'all be good. Hey, all right, Weezy, nice to meet you, man. I was like, all right, bro. He dipped off, y'all. So boom, he was gone. I promise you, man. He dipped. Me and bro in the yard. I was like, man, me and bro hit a lap. We went over there kind of like where they be wrapping that by the back door. It's like a door on the building. So we back there. We went over there. I was like, yo, bro, what it look like? I was like, look and see if it's open. I said, because my man told me black tape it. He was like, oh, some black tape on it. I was like, yeah. I looked at the joint. I was like, all right. I said, man, I don't know. I said, yo, but look, though, bro. I said, look, set aside that, though. I said, look, man. I said, old head dude, man. Like, old head dude. I said, look, he be messing with them boys. He was like, I don't know, man. Like, he cool with the boy that's in 2 buildings. He be cool with the other boy that be working. So I don't know. Weezy, don't give me the lie. I'm like, yo, that's junk crazy because, like, for real though, bro, I was like, I couldn't really tell him, like, yo, my Predator radar detector went bananas. Like, that junk was off the Richter scale messing with him. I'm like, I ain't want to say that, but I'm like, yo, like, I just got a bad vibe from dude though, man. Like, dude kind of like creepy, man. That junk crazy, man. He was like, but look though, man, I ain't long as he keep handling his business, I ain't got no problem with him, man. I ain't got no problem. I was like, yeah, because we definitely need him to make sure we get the stuff. I was like, man, What you need to do, I said, how much money you sending that lady? Like, let's get down to business. I handle the predator stuff. I handle, like, let's talk about this now so I can make sure this play keep coming. Like, I said, yo, how much money you giving the lady? He was like, she ain't asked for no money. I was like, well, look, if she ain't asked for no money, still give her some money. He said, how I'm gonna give her some money? I said, look, I'm gonna get somebody that got some cash. I said, I'm gonna give you $200. Can you handle that? He said, I got the whole zip. I said, you right. So look, $200 of that you already know go to her. He was like, yeah, I ain't even think about that. I said, bro, you not gonna think about keeping the plug right, bro. You gotta keep her right. That gotta keep coming in. This gotta keep coming in. He was like, yeah, you right. I'm like, all right, so it was time to go back. Man, bro, shoot back to the pod. We get back in the pod. I go to his cell. We throw the cut up, man. Bro, in that jump, he split the jump. My man had it separated anyway. Like it was 2 zips, but like he had it flattened and it was kind of long. And then it was like one on top of each other. So like it wasn't like in one bag. He had them separated. So I got my joint, he got his joint. So I'm in the joint. I was like, I'm just breaking some down. You know what I mean? So I be breaking down. My homeboy comes to the door, was like, hey, yo, y'all got the whole pod lit right now. He's like, yo, that junk stink. Everybody smell that junk, bro. Everybody know y'all got the la-la, bro. Ain't no need to hide it, bro. Everybody know. I was like, I looked at him. TJ was like, man, I don't care. It's for sale. I was like, yeah, you're right. It's for sale. I said, yo, don't forget about the lady. He was like, all right. So me and bro, we dopped up and went our separate ways, y'all. So boom, I shot back up the steps. That's the happy I got the package right here. I was like this. Go to my cell, went in my joint, start bagging up massive spoons. I'm like, damn, straight. I still got a bag of la-la like this. And I dumped the bag of that stuff on the table. Bagging that stuff up. I'm like, yeah, right. Lock. Got right here, knocking the door. Yo, hey, Weezy, hey, look, man. You got some spoons for sale? Yeah, bro, hold on, I'll be out there, bro. Don't knock on my door, bro. Nah, my bad, bro. All right. Yeah, fit back. Back to getting right. Getting the spoons right. Bag jumps up. Right the other side. Massive stuff on me. I'm like, man, I ain't holding nothing to sit. Put everything on me. I come out. I step out here. Hey, Weezy. I look. KJ slanging and banging. I look. KJ getting to the bag. KJ running around doing him. I'm like, hey, Weezy, what's up? What's up? Everybody call. I'm like, look, man. That's what's up, man. Look, we go to dinner. I'm trying to get with 4 building. I had to holler at my man in 4 building. So I seen my homeboy. I'm like, yo, here. That's for y'all. They were like, what's this? I was like, that's a spoon of peace for all y'all. I gave all of them 4 dudes. I gave all of them a spoon of peace. Gave all of them a spoon of peace. Looked out for my homeboys. Came out. Hollered at my man in 4 building. Got the lady to let me out. I shot outside the pod. Go downstairs. Caught the dude that worked in 4 building. Look, hollered at my man in 4B. Sell these feezies. I gave bro like $50 worth of feezies. For real, it was 3 spoons. I was like, look, bro, just give me $25 of food. I got it with him just to keep the flow coming. You know what I mean? So I'm doing me in the joint. Everything is going smooth. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Everything is going smooth, man. So I don't know what had happened. Somebody had came and told me like, yo, Weezy, hey, look, man, you need to go check on your homeboy. I was like, who? Because I forgot I was in my man's cell doing something. So I'm like, who? They be like, the little young boy. I'm like, who? KJ? They're like, yeah. I'm like, what's up with him? They're like, yo, you need to go check on him. So I come out my man's cell. I'm trying to get out my man's cell. The lady won't let us out to cell breaks. I'm like, man, we trapped to 30 minutes. I'm like, what's up going on? Seriously? He's like, I don't know. So I'm just looking at my man's face. Like, he looking down like we can't see it. So I'm trying to look to see what he's looking at. He like, I don't know, look like he arguing. I said, who he arguing with? He said, some red team dudes. So I'm like, oh. Red team staying. Red team staying the same, y'all. So boom. Nevertheless, man, they can't do nothing to this guy, man. We gotta go see, you know, all these feezies, all this stuff. I done looked out for everybody. Now it's time to Voltron up. It's time to Voltron up. Like this with the feezies and stuff before. Ain't nothing for free. Like I might need y'all back sometime. Man, I told y'all, man, the la moved the crowd. So now I done looked out. Now it's time to see who really rock with me for real. So I'm like, man, let me see what's going on, man. He done in the red team, man. So the door popped, me and my man come out. We come out the joint. We hit the stuff like bad dudes. That's how we came down the steps. We hit the corner. I look. I seen KJ standing on the door. He was standing by his old head dude. Like the old head dude sleeping in cell 10. That's why we couldn't see because they was under us. Old head dude sleeping in cell 10. Old head dude, and it was him. And KJ was like, yo, y'all just... Bro, you can't tell me how to sell my stuff. You can't tell me how to sell my stuff, bro. Like, how you gonna tell me how to sell my stuff? How you gonna do that? How you gonna tell me how to sell my stuff? So I come around the corner and look. I'm like KJ, what's up, man? He look now. He like, oh, nah, everything good. So I see the 3 red team dudes. 2 of them I don't really mess with in the pod, and there's one that I do mess with. It's like I see him. Like, what's up? You good? He like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm great. Yeah, I'm good. I'm great. So the red team dude was like, hey, look. Man, I ain't trying to hear none of that, bro. Like, you gotta see me, bro. You disrespect me, bro. You gotta see me, bro. I ain't trying to hear that. You gotta see me. KJ was like, man, see you for what? See you for what, bro? He was like, cuz I'm calling you out. That's why. You trying to play me. So I walked up, I seen the other red team dude. I'm like, yo, what's up? What's going on, bro? Like, these dudes, it ain't rocket science that me and bro drive rocket. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't gotta put my business out, but it ain't rocket science. But I put him like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, what's good? Talk to me. The one I be talking to, what's going on? He like, yo, man, homie, man, cause you know, he said KJ tried to play him, man. He said he came to KJ with a box of cigarettes, 10 packs of cigarettes. He said KJ said he'll give him 10 J's. He'll give him 10 J's for the each pack, a pack of J. I'm like, man, I was like, yo, that was wild right there, KJ, man. So I'm like, he was like, so bro feel disrespected. So I ain't really know, bro. I said, yo, look. I said, yo, bro, let me get the box of cigarettes, man. I said, tell him how I do that. So he like, what you say? I said, look, I'll give you, I got you. I got you, bro. He was like, what you gonna give me for 10 packs? I said, bro, I'll give you a spoon, bro. A real deal spoon. He was like, man, that's what's up right there. Like, yeah, this little freaking coward right here, though. Yeah, he was a little coward. That's what you is, though. You lucky your homeboy saved you. You lucky your homeboy saved you. KJ was like, ain't nobody saving me. Ain't nobody saving me. Ain't nobody gotta save me. I'm gonna hustle how I wanna hustle. I ain't got nothing to do with how you hustle. I don't got nothing to do with what you want, how you want me to hustle. I'm gonna do what I want. You can't control what I do. And he just talking greasy to dude like, all right. Yeah, all right. So dude was like, yo, let me get that, man. I gotta calm my nerves. So I'm like, all right, man, cut on my cell. So we go upstairs to my cell, what they call cell break. I go in the cell. I get him the joint, so we up there. And he was like, hey, look, man. He was like, yo, for real though, I ain't gonna lie. I just wanted to get the joint in my hand. I appreciate it though. I ain't gonna lie. Don't look at this like it's messed up. He was like, but I just wanted to get it in my hand. You got the cigarettes, I got the la-la. He was like, but I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I gotta see your homie, bro. I gotta see him, bro. Like, we gotta fight one-on-one, and that's that. He gotta see me, bro. Ain't nobody gonna jump him. He was like, he ain't gotta worry about none of that. But I got the hand, Weezy. I'm like, I thought about it. I'm like, man, KJ is talking greasy. I said, yo, look, bro. I said, what can I do, bro, to get that, to kind of get that resolved, though? I was like, man, he was like, look, it ain't nothing. We just gonna fight. We just gonna fight. Like, I was like, well, look, all right, look, if y'all fight, and I see you getting the best of him, bro, I'm breaking it up. That's cool. He was like, yeah. But I want some time with him, though. I need some time with him, though, Weezy. I'm like, for real, like, I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. Pause, because, like, I don't want nothing to happen to bro. Like, this is how I'm winning right now. Like, I just started winning. This is the freaking first day of winning. I can't have nothing happen to him, y'all, so boom. But nevertheless, man, he gotta be a man. He gotta be a man. And I ain't gonna have nobody around me that ain't no man. And that's just how it go. So I had to go tell him, bro. I was like, yo, look, man. I was like, yo, look, bro, you gotta go, like, bro trying to see you one-on-one. Y'all just go in there, handle your business, bro. Show him that you, regardless, win, lose, or draw, bro. Show him who you is, bro. If you feel like how you talking to him, whatever the case, I say, yo, bro, why you trying to give him freaking 10 J's for a box of cigarettes? He was like, cuz I don't like it, Weezy. Cuz I don't like it. I was like, well, look, bro trying to see you, so look, it ain't no jumping, you know, I'm gonna make sure you straight. So the old head right there, me and my guys right here, I said, go in there and see, bro, one-on-one. So he was like, he went to the cell. He got strapped up. After he got strapped up, I guess he started feeling like, yo, like, why I'm doing this? He's like, yo, Weezy, for real, I don't want to fight this dude. So right then and there, that's when I knew that KJ was all bark, no bite. But he can do that, though, because I got him. You know what I mean? I don't really protect people, but like still, though, like, at least if he fight, like, it don't really look like I'm just protecting this guy. Like, it just look like we in business, and I ain't letting nothing happen to him outside of a one-on-one. So that's all that's gonna happen. So I'm like, nah, bro, you gotta fight, dude. I said, man, go in there. So, like, he look like a little nervous. I ain't even gonna lie. And that happens when you about to fight. Like, just imagine that feeling, y'all, if you was in prison, man. Like, when somebody's like, yo, like, they setting the fight up just like a freaking movie, like something you see on TV, like it's a guy already in the cell waiting for you, ready to fight. And you come and you like, I gotta fight. And you gotta walk in that cell. And y'all gotta fight, man. I promise you, man, some scary, nervous stuff for somebody who never went through it. So I'm guessing this is how KJ feeling, man. But he gotta fight, y'all. So we all go to the jump. We all go to dude's cell. They all right there. Old head cell got the best cell where he was standing at. So they set everything up. Me and KJ walking over there. Dude already standing over there. So dude was like, yeah, when he got over there, he was like, yo, look, man. KJ was like, yo, pat him down, man. I was like, I'll pat him down, pat dude down. You know what I mean? So the blood dude, so the red team member patted him down. So we like, all right, so he like, look, bro, I was like, me and you just hold it down, bro. I like, tell everybody else back up. I said, because I can't stand for bro to go to the hole, man. Like, y'all wilding for real. I was like, at the end of the day, I respect it. He got to be a man. He got to be a man and stand on what he be talking about. So I'm like, look, just me and you hold it down. And they let them fight. He was like, all right. So we all go to the door. We at the door, just me and bro at the door. They going to jump. KJ going to jump. Boom, 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 boom. I looked up, dude had KJ like this. Boom! He dunked KJ. I was like, oh. When he dunked KJ, he tried to get on top of KJ. I was like, oh. I went in that joint. Ah! Oh, bro. I break that joint up. He was like, get up. He was like, he was smiling. He was like, KJ got up. KJ was like, that's all right. Hold on. We get out. I back out. I said again in class. Again. Boom, 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 boom. KJ throwing them jumps. I looked, dude was like this. Boom, boom. It was like I just seen dude in slow motion. He was like this. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. He was pounding KJ, y'all. So boom. I said, oh my God. I let it go on for like 2 more minutes. I was like, all right. I was like, all right, that's enough, man. That's enough, bro. You fought, bro. KJ was like, I look, he got a scratch right here. His lip bleeding. I'm like, oh man. So I break it up, dude was like, all right. KJ was like, yeah, I'm gonna fight. Yeah, one thing about it, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna fight, bro. Dude was like, what you trying to fight again? I was trying to dap you up, tell you good shit. That's what I was trying to do. KJ was like, all right then, we good. Red team number dipped, y'all, so boom. Red team number dipped out. He slid. That's word. I told KJ, man, look, bro, don't be out here doing no reckless stuff when we get to work, man. I said, you can't be doing that, bro. I said, bro, we gotta work, bro. Ain't you trying to get money? Didn't you tell me that? I said, what do get money, move like that? He said, what I do wrong, Weez? I said, what you did wrong is trying to carry somebody in this world, bro. I said, you can't do that in penitentiary, bro. I said, first of all, dudes that look at people that's around people, he said, you ain't protecting me. I said, I ain't say that. I said, dudes just look at stuff different. And at the end of the day, people are gonna be trying you, bro. So like, just gotta move accordingly, bro. He said, man, what I do wrong? I said, bro, listen, I'm not telling you how to sell your stuff. Just be able to stand, just be able to be ready for stuff like this when you selling your stuff like that. So you see, I don't go through these problems. So if you want to sell your stuff like that, be willing, be ready to go through this situation. So he was like, man, I'm drunk crazy, man. So he chilled, you know what I mean? We let it go. Everything died. Everything went away. So the next day he go to work. So bro went to work. He was gone for a minute, you know what I mean? He was gone for a minute. So I'm on the yard. So I ain't paying no mind, like I'm waiting for him to come back from work. But when I looked up, I seen the predator dude. He was just walking down the boulevard. So we was on the basketball. We was like on the first basketball court. So like it's 3 courts. So like it was one whole court. They split the fence in the middle. So we was on that court right here. There's another court, and there's a court beside that court. So like we was right there. So I could see the boulevard. So I looked, and I just seen the predator dude walking. He was just walking down. He was like, and he spotted me. He was like, he started looking. And he started looking at me, and I was like, I was looking. I was like. That lady up top that be holding the joint, he was like, lady in the towel, he was like, he came across the yard like this, like a straight face. He was like, he came to the fence, he was like, hey, look here, man. Hey, man, what happened last night, man? I said, man, what you talking about? He said, why that man lip messed up? I said, man, cuz he had to fight. Why, what's up? He was like, man, I'm saying, so he said, I was like, I was like, I can't really be too close. So I back up a little bit just to get my jump to the corner. I was like, my jump slow down a little bit. He like, man, look. He can't be putting hands. Nobody can't be putting hands on him, man. He don't need to be putting nobody. Nobody needs to be putting no hands on him. How you let somebody put their hands on him, man? So I'm like, I said, man, listen, he fought 1-on-1 because he was talking crazy to a red team member. I said, there ain't a whole lot I can do, man. What you want me to do, fight his battle? He was like, man, you need to make sure he good. I was like, man, look, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. Like, you tripping, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, he was like, man, look, let's not get one thing mixed up. He came to the fence closer. He was like, man, let's not get one thing mixed up. Y'all ain't getting nothing if it ain't for me. So if you want to keep getting something, because I know it's really for you, if you want to keep getting it, you need to make sure KJ is straight. I was like, bottom line, I don't want nothing to happen to him, man. He mean a lot to me, man. I was like, hit him again, like, man, look, man, I don't know what you talking about. He was like, what you say? I'm like, yo, all right, tell him coming, bro. All right, look. Tell him meet me when we going back. Tell him I said catch me when we going back to the building. I turned back around. He was right there. He was looking at me like this when I turned back around. He was like, I was like, yo, look, man, you need to fix your face, man. He was like, don't forget what I told you. The lady's like, get away from that. She called his name, get away from that. He was like, don't forget what I told you. Don't nothing come if it ain't for me. I was like, yeah, all right, man. You know what I mean? So he dipped. I'm like, man, what this dude talking to, man? About 10 minutes later, I look up, I seen KJ coming down the joint. He walking by, I said, yo. The lady let us out, boom. Then let us out, catch up with us. Yo. He turned around. I'm like, what's up, bro? You all right? He was like, Yeah, I'm all right. I said, bro, what you tell the old head for what happened, man? He ain't got nothing to do with this, man. Old ass, man. You tripping, man. You be like, I had to tell somebody, man. Man, he really got my back. He really know how I feel. He know how I ain't really want to fight. He understand it, man. I said, well, look, man, like, for real, he was talking a whole bunch of BS. I didn't want to hear that, man. Like, you stand up for what you say. Like, I'm not one of those dudes that be like, hey, he's with me. He's never going to fight. You want to fight? Fight me. That sounds like a freaking black Bruce Lee movie. I'm not doing nothing like that, man. You know what I mean? I'm going to let you be a man. If it's one-on-one, you got to be a man if it's the wrong disrespect. You know what I mean? Now, if it's something I can alleviate, that's what I'm going to try to do, man. But at the end of the day, I ain't got nothing to do with you disrespect nobody, y'all. So boom. And that's what he need to understand. He acting like he all mad and upset, man, because I let him fight the one-on-one. I'm like, man, all right, man. So we get back to the pod. He like, yeah, man. Joe, crazy. I said, you still got more la-la? He was like, yeah. I said, what's up? You took care of the lady? He was like, yeah. You still can get the jump for the 200. I got it right here. I'm like, yeah, look, I'm going to plug you with the dude, and he going to just make the play. I said, just make the play with him. I said, man, grab his shoulders. I was like, bro, get back in hustle mode, bro. He was like, I said, bro, come on, man. Snap out there. Get back in hustle mode, bro. I said, you had to fight. You lost. At the end of the day, you fought. At the end of the day, bro, like, these dudes respect you now, bro. Like, it's about respect, bro. Win, lose, or draw, bro. You're not going to win every fight. He was like, I know, man. I know. I was like, well, look, what's up with the next play, though, bro? We got to put it together. He was like, yeah. We're going to do it. We're going to put it together, man. We're going to put the next play together. I was like, yeah, because look, my man, he definitely said he got some better stuff, bro. And I was like, look, I'm going to just keep paying for it out of my pocket. And me and you just keep gapping the one apiece. I was like, everything copacetic then, right? He was like, yeah, everything. I seen him kind of like trying to get back into like, well, I mean, his mode of like not trying to like be thinking about what's going on. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I said, look, bro, what we doing here, man, what we talk about in here, man, like, you got to kind of keep that away from the old head dude, man. I was like, cause for real, he kind of like creepy. I said, if it wasn't for us having to get this pack from him, bro, I would never say 2 words to this guy. I'm being honest with you, man. I said, man, now you on the other hand, you out there working with him. I said, you over there venting about everything over here. I said, what else you tell him? He was like, he made a dumb look. He was like, I ain't telling him nothing else, Weezy, man. I said, man, you don't need to. Make sure you keep everything between us, bro. I don't got time to be doing and having conversations about that old dude. I said, he pull up on me today like he was your daddy. He was like, man, go ahead, man. No, he just overprotective, man. That's all, man. He ain't trying to pull out his knife. That's what he said. He ain't want to pull out his knife. I said, man, all right, man. So I let that junk go. I ain't even worried about it, man. But he told me that we could put the play together. Same routine. We got to put it together on the weekend. The next thing you know, that pack will be here on that Monday, y'all. So boom. So this was like on a Thursday. So Thursday rolled around. I'm in the pod moving around. I look, chilling. I seen KJ. KJ, he was in the pod at first, and then they called him because sometimes they'll call him to go work too, even when he don't be working. So they called him and he went to work and he dipped. So he working. So I'm like, damn, this one of the days. I was like, man, this one of the days that you didn't see bro go to work around this time. It was before the 2 o'clock wreck and all of that. So he at work. So he dipped. So I'm in the pod chilling, man. I'm on the phone, man. I forgot who I was talking to, man. But all I hear is, I look. I seen the CO come in. He was like, he walked in that pod, he was by himself at the Slido store. He was like, man, come on. I don't got all day, man. Quit acting like you ain't never been in 3 buildings before, man. And Joe was just waiting to see who come in. Next thing you know, you just see a car come in, and Joe was like, he stopped, and I looked. I was like, it was Malik. I promise y'all from afar. My Joe was like,
get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.